Japanese dwarf flying squirrels are able to glide over 100 meters at a time to reach other trees without making a sound. Please continue watching to find out more.
皆様のご健康とご多幸をお祈りいたします means best wishes for your health and happiness in Japanese. Lovely viewers, I am Akari, a vegan Ezo Momonga from polite Japan. In today's show, we would like you to come with us to Japan, the land of the rising sun. The respectful animals and people of Japan wish you all of God's many blessings. Welcome to today's program, the adorable Japanese dwarf flying squirrels. Look at those animals elegantly gliding through the air. They bravely spread their limbs and sail from one tree to another, just like how Aladdin's magic flying carpet glides through the sky. Wow! See how fun it is? I can't wait to join them. Actually, these fascinating great gliders are my family, the Japanese dwarf flying squirrels. Every day, we have the thrill of climbing up to the highest treetops, jumping off and soaring through the forest. I don't mean to brag, but aren't we one of the most adorable animals you've ever seen? Japanese dwarf flying squirrels inhabit the sub-alpine and boreal evergreen forests of Japan. We are a member of the Sciuridae family, which includes small and medium-sized rodents. Our extended family encompasses tree squirrels, ground squirrels, chipmunks, and many other rodents. However, we have a different lifestyle to our cousins, such as mice and rats. We prefer to stay in the trees, hanging off branches, and eating much healthier vegan foods such as leaves, seeds, buds, cones, sprouts, berries, and nuts. There are two types of Japanese flying squirrels, Pteromys Momonga and Ezo Momonga. Momonga means flying squirrel in Japanese. We belong to the Old World flying squirrel species. Pteromys Momongas are native to the Japanese islands of Honshu and Kyushu, while Ezo Momongas, a subspecies of the Siberian flying squirrel, only live on the northern Japanese island of Hokkaido. We love our homelands because they are so beautiful and they meet our needs so perfectly. There are plenty of fruits, vegetables, and seeds growing on these islands to make our tummies get bigger and fluffier. What a blessed life we have! We couldn't ask for more, and thank God for pampering us so much. Both Pteromys and Ezo Momongas are small in size compared to other flying squirrels. The reason we are called dwarves is because of our tiny size. When we curl up our body, we look just like a tiny cotton ball. The only way to distinguish Pteromys from Ezo Momongas is by the color of our fur. Pteromys Momongas have gray-brown hair on their backs with white hair on their bellies, while Ezo Momongas are mostly coated with gray fur and have a blackish belly. As we lie flat against the trees, we camouflage so well that we can blend in with the tree bark and look just like a bump on the tree. This is how we keep ourselves safe and sound. Believe it or not, even though we are called flying squirrels, we don't actually fly. We glide. We can glide amazing distances thanks to our special wing-like membranes called patagia. Our patagium starts at our wrists and goes all the way down to our ankles. It works as a wingsuit that helps us maneuver easily from one tree to another. When we land on a tree, our dense bushy tail helps us to balance our body and also works as an air brake. Thanks to our patagium and our bushy tail, we can jump out of a tree, glide over 100 meters, and still land safely in the next tree. Do you know that when we are gliding, we don't make any sound at all? Isn't that amazing? Japanese dwarf flying squirrels are arboreal animals, meaning we mostly live in trees and rarely spend much time on the ground. Would you like to know how we make our nests, which are called drays? First, we collect leaves and sticks, and then we wrap them with strands of grass. We also love to line our nests with mosses and lichens. Our favorite trees to build our nests in are conifers, such as pine and spruce trees, because they have lots of cavities and spaces between the trunk and the branches, which are perfect for us. We flying squirrels tend to stick together, with small groups of the same gender sharing the same trees, except during the mating season. When that special time arrives, we gather in different mixed-gender groups. During the year, we play hard and work hard. While we sometimes sleep for a few days at a time during the cold winter, we don't hibernate like other animal friends. Since we are a quiet species who likes to keep to ourselves deep in forests, our human friends haven't yet learned much about how we communicate with each other. But scientists believe that we use vocalization, including chattering sounds, and that there is also tactile communication between mothers and their children whom they share their nests with. As we are nocturnal, we spend most of the daytime in our nests or in holes in trees. When the night arrives, we come out in search of food, which is easy for us to find using our excellent night vision. When we gather food on the ground, we can stretch our bodies around while keeping our hind legs still. Foraging at night so quietly is a superpower of us Japanese dwarf flying squirrels. We can also eat the tips of twigs high in the trees. After we find our food, we may eat it hanging upside down from a branch. Us mothers usually raise 2 or 3 lovely babies at a time, but some moms can have 5 or even more. We carry them for about 4 weeks, and then nurture them for about the first 6 weeks of their lives. Our newborns are born without fur, so their blood vessels and internal organs are visible through their skin. Their fur starts to grow and their skin becomes darker after about 1 week. At 2 weeks old, their toes separate to form individual digits, and their ear canals open. Later, our babies grow hair on their tails and face, and they can start moving their tails. During this time, us mummy squirrels are responsibly caring for our babies, spending lots of quality time grooming, feeding, and taking care of them to make sure they are healthy. Finally, after 4 weeks, our babies have a full coat of fur and their eyes start to open wide. By now, they are more active, moving excitedly when their mothers bring them food. It makes us so thrilled when they are ready to have an adventure outside all on their own, which usually occurs when they are about 5 weeks old. We normally live for a meaningful and enjoyable 4 to 5 years on Earth. We love to help humans in our own way. By eating pine seeds, we disperse them widely so that the pine trees have a better chance of surviving and spreading further around the forest. We love to be a part of the ecosystem and nurture the environment around us as much as possible. Plus, we secretly know that humans invented gliding suits only after seeing us glide so well with our special wing-like patagia. We are happy to contribute to the human world as much as we can. All in all, we are incredibly unique and perhaps too cute to really exist, and yet here we are. According to the IUCN, International Union for the Conservation of Nature, the conservation status of the Japanese dwarf flying squirrel is in the least concern category. So you may appreciate that there are still many of us such cuties in this corner of the world. How lucky we are that we can enjoy living freely and happily in our homeland. However, not all animals are so fortunate. Much of the world's wildlife is threatened with extinction due to the destructive nature of human activities. We hope and pray that nature can be preserved all over the world so that all animals can live as quietly and peacefully in their natural habitat as we can. Caring viewers, thank you for joining us for our program today. Coming up next is Master's good affinity with sentient beings, part 2 of 6 on Between Master and Disciples, right after noteworthy news. May you always live in God's abundant grace and blessings. Vegan, or are we still Neanderthals?
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/AW.